Well, hello everyone, this is Gonzalo again, and I hope you're doing okay. Well, today I want to talk a little about how to write an expository essay. This because we teachers usually ask our students in advanced levels, B2 or C1, to practice writing these essays in the classroom. Okay, so here we go. What is an expository essay? An expository essay is an academic text that aims to explain certain information about any topic. Thus, the reader will clearly understand the topic in a better way. About the topics, you can go for history, technology, art, education, music, sports, well, you name it. Take a look at this. Me as a teacher tend to suggest my students not to be subjective at the moment of writing this kind of essay. Words or sentences like "from my point of view, I think, I believe," well, are not sentences to be used here. I recommend you to keep it more general. What do you need to write in an expository essay? At the beginning, when you start writing your very first expository essay, and so, you will need to read a lot. The more support documents you find, the best. Don't limit yourselves. Go big, try to do a deep research. In this link, you will find information that will help you to start doing deep research in a better way, which will help you to support your comments. Remember, the idea here for this kind of essay is to inform the reader about facts. Let's continue saying that, as an advice, I recommend you to do mind mapping or brainstorming techniques. You can find some links here with some information. Why? Because these strategies will help you to create a map or an outline. But teacher, what is an outline? The outline is the organization you can establish for writing your paper. For instance, what ideas are you planning to expose first? What will you write in your introduction? What background information will you cover? How will you start and finish the text body? Or why are this topic and ideas relevant for the reader? If you were following my lead, you could see that I was using these questions as a map for organizing my possible text. Alright? Let's keep on going and take a look to the following structure. Number one is introduction. Alright? Here you will present the topic to your reader and you will establish why this topic is important or relevant for them. You can use background information like some research, authors, whatever. Also, I recommend you to use very good comments or your best comments because catching readers' attention is the key to success in this kind of essay. Another key word in this presentation is thesis statement. The thesis statement is a very important part at the moment of presenting your expository essay. Most of my students are always struggling at writing a good thesis statement. Actually, it's not really complicated, but I'm going to help you by leaving this link for you where you will find some examples how to write these thesis statements. Remember, it's not what you write down, it's how you write it down. Okay, let's continue. There's no limitation at the moment of writing your expository essay. Commonly, I ask my students to write down a one-page long document, but some others essays can vary between 2 and 10 pages long. I advise you to be as clear and punctual as possible at stating your ideas, right? The paragraph are generally kept among 20 or 25 lines long. Try to use connectors at the moment of contrasting, emphasizing, whatever. And also it's advisable to maintain coherence, guys. There's nothing worse than a text full of bright ideas that are missing in action. Be coherent. If you're not coherent, this eventually will confuse the readers and your document will be left in oblivion. Once again, stick to your outline map. Remember your outline, your map, to know where you're heading on. It is important to avoid subjectivities. Let's not attack any other documents, any other authors, any other works, because this can result in readers losing interest about your document. Try to do your best. Be sure about what you have researched and support your best ideas at explaining the importance of the topic. This is going to be catchy. If you explain correctly your ideas, your document is going to be really successful. Commonly, we try to write a very first draft, and it's possible that all the ideas that we gather at the first hand are not going to be in the ultimate document, but we can give it a try. Maybe we can achieve having all our first ideas in our final document. Number 3. The conclusion could be the most important part of your paper, and it's also an opportunity to demonstrate that all the information that you have gathered so far is relevant, is not meaningless at all, and is also real. Remember, the reader is looking for explanation about the specific topic. For doing this, I recommend you to finish your document with a quote from another author or from another paper, or why not with a discussion that the reader can find interesting. On the other hand, it is important to highlight that words or expressions like in conclusion, to conclude, in summary, and to sum up are words that shouldn't be used in this kind of papers. They are okay for all presentations, but for an expert reader, these words can be annoying and is going to permit the reader to be disappointed about your document. Let's not fed up the readers with irrelevant aspects. Let's try to get to the point and round your paper off the best way you can. Let's take this as an example. Let's talk about your favorite movie. If this movie has great actors, magnificent special effects, and interesting plot, but the ending has nothing to do with all the aspects mentioned before, or even worse, it is an ending that looks pushed and weak, nothing of the previous aspects will be relevant and will leave you with a bad taste about the movie. This can also happen with the conclusion in essays, so avert yourself to be redundant. Get to the point and round your paper off the best you can. This for sure will make a great article that readers will enjoy reading. My conclusion. Writing an article is not something that you will achieve from morning to night. I recommend you to read a lot. I recommend you to write everything you can. If you're watching a movie, you are watching a series, take notes, take pieces of positive and negative aspects that you can comment later on with your friends. Practice, make mistakes. You need to make mistakes every day. There's no better teacher than a mistake. Check on what you have written, go over and over again on your article, and try to identify the mistakes that you have made. You need to get used to read and reread all the information you have to eventually come to a good result. It will take time, but the efforts are worthy. Why don't you give it a try? Who knows? You might become next Shakespeare someday. Well guys, this is all for today. I try my best with this presentation and I hope you like it. I want to say hello to Franklin Niño. He is a person who is doing his best to become one great writer someday. I want to say hello to him and thank you very much for being part of this channel. I want to remind you to follow me in my channel, in my Facebook, and also in Instagram. You can find me over there. So I'm leaving you the links for catching up. Thank you very much and see you